Happy Friday, everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video, mostly because this time last week I was flat on my back in the hospital. I had a mild myocardial infarction, heart attack, on last Thursday, and I spent Thursday, Friday, and most of Saturday in the hospital, undergoing not necessarily treatments, but observations and lots of testing, including a heart cath, which is a catheter that they stick a big bore needle in your wrist and then shove a tube up all the way into your heart, and they can take a look. If you've ever undergone that stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that is the ceiling to our house. That is 2,400 linear feet of V-match and bead match. It turns out they V-match one side, bead match the other, and when I took a look at the bead, I said, since we're buying it anyway, guess what side is going to have show, and that is absolutely gorgeous. A coat of polyurethane before we put it up there, and we're going to be good to go. But first, I have to make some place to keep it. So, we're doing a gusseted rack, which basically, and I always get complaints that I never show anybody how to do stuff. Excuse the shaking and rattling and all that stuff. Let's see, get you over here. Basically, you start with a square piece, cut it diagonally across, and there we go. Now these lines that I've drawn here, I've drawn a line here, is going to be where the stud, this is the stud. Okay, so make sure I'm doing this right. We will do this, then we'll do this. This goes here, right up to that mark. And let's make a mark over here so I can see where I'm at. There it is. And transfer that mark over there. There. Now I know where that line is on this side. So that goes right there, more or less. And now it's time to screw around. Harbor Freight. I can't remember how much it was, but well worth the money. This thing's a beast. Alrighty. This is going to be the top. Yep, here we go. So much for showing off, huh? There's that one. One more, already bleeding. That didn't take long. Alright, flip it over. Second verse, same as the first. Okay, again, I got to transfer the marks over. That'll work. And that goes right there, more or less. And these don't have to be perfect. They just have to be in the ballpark. There we are. Two more. Took it. There we are. There's that. Now then, we will take this and put it right up here somewhere. Probably, I'm going to make a third one for the middle, I think, but it's going to go somewhere right in here. But I got to get the height so we match. Alright, that's call it 20 inches. Something I forgot to do before. There we are. Let's get some more screws. And I usually have a radio going, but of course if I do that now I'll probably get a trademark strike from the YouTube gods. Yeah, that'll work. Well, okay. Let's get one of these started. Alright, let's try this because this isn't very tight. I knew it. That'll work. Let's try that again. Now you want to stick. Alrighty, I'm going to put the rest of those in. I'll be right back. Alright, there's the first two boards. These are 12 foot long. As you can see, it sticks out a little bit because that's about a 10-foot wall there. But the 12s are going to go, they're up high out of the way, so I'm not going to keep banging my head on them. I will build another set of racks down lower, and I also have 10-foot and 8-foot pieces. And I have a selection of 14-foot pieces, which are going to go upstairs. Because they're just too big to mess around with down here for now. Anyway, I'm going to start loading some boards in, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay. 12 foot, all of it's in. 10 foot, all of it. And a little bit more down there. And we have 3 8-foot pieces, which I decided to go down and just put them together. And yeah, this is going to be a beautiful ceiling. Let's see if I can push that together a little bit better. Yeah, that is just going to be a beautiful ceiling. Very nice. Get you a little bit closer so you can see a little detail there. That's the center of the board, and here's the edge. You can see right there. There's the tongue, there's the groove, there's the center bead, and the edge beads. Now the other side is V-match, but and it just has a V at each joint. But you know what? We're going to go with the bead match. This is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I got the 14-foot pieces left to bring in. I'm simply going to put those on the sawhorses. I'm going to do a third sawhorse, which I have 2 of them right here. I'm going to put a third sawhorse out, just put all the 14s up just to get them inside, and then I'll work on getting them upstairs later when it's cooler, because it's a little toasty here today, and it's especially toasty upstairs. I will be back in a bit. You really don't need to watch me huffing and puffing and grunting and groaning, bringing in boards. So I'll be back when it's done. Later. Well, happy Saturday, folks. I think it's August the 5th. I'd have to check. Anyway, that is all of the 14-foot bead match pine, and that's one of the stacks of the 12-foot that was here. A lot of weight on these brackets, and I see that the studs that they're attached to could be shored up a little bit, so instead I just took at least a little bit of weight off. The 10-footers aren't so bad. I may take a row of the 10-footers and put them upstairs as well, but that's pretty much it for my ceiling boards for now. Yeah, it's a little bit shaky. I could take some 10-footers up, but anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for the little bit of work that got done this week, which was basically bringing in the pine boards. But again, the 14-footers was right here, and it was right in front of the door, so I knew I was going to have to put them upstairs to get them out of the way. That's the only place that they'll fit, and that's fine because they're going to be used up there in the ceiling anyway. So all is good. The 12-footers are fine. The 10-footers are fine. Again, I may put one of those rows, whatever, upstairs as well, just to get a little bit more weight off the studs. Other than that, we're pretty much it for now. Again, last week I had a mild heart attack, so I have not been able to do any work for a while. Of course, I was in the hospital for 3 days. I'm doing fine. The medications are on the way, and here I am babbling and walking around, but yeah, pretty much where we left off before the heart attack. But the weather's cooled off again, so I can not have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is fine, because now I can't get to sleep until 12 or 1 in the morning. But then I'm sleeping until 6 and 7 and 8. Going to have to see if I can't get that cycle switched around a little bit to a little more normal. But anyway, that's going to be it for this week. The pine boards are in for the ceiling. That's going to look absolutely amazing when we get that up there. And it's going to be even better when I get all this insulation put in, because then the house won't be able to warm up. Even upstairs it won't be able to warm up that much. I'm looking at a gable end vent to put up in that white spot right there, and that'll pump out any extra hot air, especially for the summer. I'll put that on a snap switch with a thermal snap switch, and it'll be automatic. Other than that, we're pretty much there. The place is still a work zone. I have offers of a work crew from my church family and my brother-in-law and my brother when he gets his health situation straightened out. But I also have an offer of a place to live in for the winter. So when I bring my wife here, we won't be living in a construction site. All will be well. We'll have a warm place with hot showers and hot and cold running water and flush toilets. And then we can come over here and work, which works for me. That's it for now. I'm working on some different projects. So moving right along. 2, 3, 4, 5. I took one of the square cutouts that came out from the windows, cut it into a triangle, and attached it to the top of the shower stall. And I'm going to put the shower jug on top of there after I fill it later on today. And hopefully that'll make it just a little bit more accessible. And it'll actually get the shower head out where it's more convenient for me. Couple of things I want to do with this tarp, and I'm glad I bought 2 of these pop-up canopies, because this one's pretty much trash. The frame has got all mangled in one of the first big windstorms after it was all set up. So I'm going to be taking this thing down and putting this up probably today. We shall see. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get the tractor up and do a little bit of light mowing. I'm not going to do the whole field because it just doesn't need it, but I'm going to mow around the camper, get some stuff cleaned up, and make it look like it's not quite so trashy or gypsy camp-like. No offense to gypsies out there. But I'm going to go ahead and close this out and try to get it uploaded for you. Life is awesome. God is good. Later on, fans.